My name's Alan Gibbons and I write books, picture books, early readers. I write junior books, ghost stories, thrillers, and even books for teachers. Writing starts with speaking and listening, starts with communication, starts with books, with reading. And on the basis of this, we express ourselves through speech, through thought, through writing. This, your brain, it's all a vehicle for meaning. That's what the grammar is. The nuts and bolts to say something you really want to communicate to a reader. Whenever we encourage a child to write, we encourage them to create a world, to see it, hear it, feel it, smell it, touch it. Storytelling basically is about show, don't tell. It's not what you tell them, it's how you tell them. A series of events, that's bland, that's dull. It's the richness of how you hear the rustle of leaves under your shoes, of how you see the sunlight, how you hear the whisper of the wind through the trees, how you can actually say that in your own particular way and make the reader really grasp the experience. And in order to get the child to make this intellectual jump, whether it's fiction, non-fiction or poetry, right at the heart of that is the teacher providing them with a rich experience, both of texts, so the child can see how effective writers do that job, but also rich teacher talk, where they actually transpose ideas into written form. So the teacher becomes an older, more experienced writer, taking the apprentice forward step by step, so eventually they have their own means of expression. It's a similar process with non-fiction or poetry. We've got to break up the process of how all these genres work, to model that process with and for the child, so they can access their own individual way of communicating, persuading, getting their reader to believe in what's being told. And the final thing every teacher really has to remember is that this young writer is a child, is a beginning writer, and so they have to have texts, they have to have experiences which are accessible and child-friendly. So there's a bridge to the adult writer that they will one day become. We can't start by thinking that this small child is an adult and needs cramming with adult information. We've got to steadily build their experiences, build their skills base, so they'll become that talented, effective writer late in their teens. And we begin with this child, with this story, with this piece of poetry, with this piece of non-fiction, and develop their skills base, develop their enthusiasm, develop their passion right on.